How did I start? What the hell?
This is the topic. You see what the topic have we?
Is it gross for older people to still have sex? Yes.
What is the cutoff time for having sex? Well, them have them little Viagra, them little
so
shiny brush, them have them little.
what is a shiny brush? I've never heard of a shiny brush.
Lad, them somebody have to go sit down. Them figure take care of them grand pitney. Buying a vibrator for someone that was in their 60s. They're like, oh, I've never used one of these things. I'm like, yeah, you should get on that train because that train is nice. And you know, no, when we see a video online and an old woman I say, yes, I want to get some dick. They're like, ew, grandma, sit down. Not just an ordinary old lady who was just laying on her back. You have to talk to one freaky old woman. And even if they never do it back in them days, there when they come up in them time, they say, Peter, let me try something new when you see on TV. And you know, and him
But
say,
don't you-
Suzette, I want to show you something massive on the internet. Tricked in what sense? It's all an illusion. That is
It's
what I
all an
realized.
illusion.
But yeah.
Behind closed
But
doors.
behind closed doors.
I don't know. It's starting up. It's there for a long time.
Listen, no, make me not talk. Make me not talk out of my mouth. You know, them send you a message or them say something and say, yo, would I love to eat? You're like, hold up.
Right?
You don't look like the child. Like, if you think grannies used to squirt
Yeah,
back then,
like
of course, and they never know why they're frightened. They're frightened of fuck. That's why younger people are so grossed out when they see them saying, oh, I'm so horny. I could do with some dick. For example, when I did get pregnant, I know some my parents they got see my belly. I never feel good. Come I said, Jesus Christ.
they know it's
No,
upset.
no. Young girls, hold on pan on a man. Express myself to the youth and say, yo, you need to eat some pussy, man. Dear to God, that me I got advocate. Because the Jamaican man, them a ramp.
So the bun out of pum pum eating, where it come from?
Oh my God, I don't know, but that person was such a fucking idiot. 'Cause like, what? Hi guys, welcome to Reasoning
With seasoning
with Melody,
and asabi.
where we spice up your thoughts. Today's topic we'll be going into, what is it?
Is it? No, hold on. What did you say?
Is older people or old people
When old? No. How did I start? What the hell?
This is the topic. You see what the topic have we?
Yes, a serious one.
Is it gross for older people to still have sex?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the cutoff time for having sex?
Yes. What is
Considered.
considered?
Perfect, because there's an age of consent, right? When they think someone who should start having sex. But when is the stop?
Cutoff?
Yeah, when people feel
Is
stop
there
having
a
sex.
cutoff?
Is there a cutoff time?
Do
Really
you,
and truly.
do
I
you
think
think
that's-
there's a cutoff time?
No, there's not a cutoff time. It only depends on the genitalia and its ability to work and function properly. That's what I think.
So for a woman, there's never a cutoff time then.
Never, because we just get some lube and showtime. That's what I think.
So it's only men that can have a cutoff time then.
Well, them have them little Viagra, them little
So
shiny brush. Them have them little.
what is a shiny brush? I've never heard of a shiny brush.
You've never heard of shiny brush?
No.
I've been hearing about it in songs from when I was a little girl.
What is that?
Something where they rub on the wood tap and it, firm it up. I don't know. I want us to Google it. Google it and find it and show the people on the screen. Why if you find shiny brush? Why you never hear about shiny brush?
No,
before?
I've never heard of shiny brush before.
There's shiny brush and there's something named Maca. I think I heard about that one recently.
Maca.
Maca.
That sounds painful. That
But
sounds
there's
like
so
sitting
many.
at Juki.
There's some. There's so many things that can assist people
True.
that are having erectile dysfunction and even beyond erectile dysfunction, just old age. There's things that can help you to stand up for a little while even, and then it go back down. But the reason why I chose this topic is because I find that a lot of times on social media I see a lot of people, if they see content with an older person seeming like they're in a position to have sex or they're yearning for or they're horny or something, they're like, la, them somebody have to go sit down. Them figure take care of them grand pitney. Like, and I'm like, why? Like really and truly, why? That's what me really want to know, because I would think that the older people are more experienced in sex. Like they've been doing it for way longer than anybody would chat out them face and I say, yo, that's my deficit down. Them know more than you. So why you are come now and you just new to sex and now you dictate say, oh, them all, so them fi stop. I don't like that concept. I think the people them should do what they want to. I mean, we don't need to see it. It may not
For
look
sure.
as visually appealing as a tight, firm body, but them can still enjoy themselves. It's still a feeling that is put on earth for man and woman to enjoy. And like, who are these young people now to come and dictate and say, yo, go one side? Before they say, yo, I want to know how to make a woman come. When I tell the woman to go side.
Right? Pulling back to
when I was video them
Yeah.
where I talk about pleasing a woman. But for true, before some of the young man them go sit down with the elder them and say, elder, I really don't know how to make a woman come. What me fi do? Before I get some advice from the elders, and I tell them say, yo, sit on one side.
All right, so I have a question though. Coming off of that, you mentioned earlier as well that you would say the older generation would be more experienced because they've been doing it longer and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they are more experienced in all the type of stuff that's been that is going on now?
No. Not
remember-
all the time. Cause we've morphed.
Exactly.
We've changed a bit of the techniques and the different things to do. But the truth is, they've been here for a long time. So I even think that like an introduction to the new gadgets for them would be really cool. I know some of them are not open to it, because I remember once, let me just switch up the story a little bit. I remember once buying a vibrator for someone that was in their 60s. Yeah, it was like a birthday gift. I wanted to do something spicy, and they're like, oh, I've never used one of these things. I'm like, yeah, you should get on that train, because that train is nice. And you know, the truth is, look at this. I was open to buying that older person a gift, which was a vibrator. But it's not as if I would then, if it was my younger friend now, like if I had gifted her something that she had never known before, I'd be like, oh, did you enjoy it? Would I never go back to the older lady and be like, it did
So
nice?
how was it? Yeah.
Yeah, how did it go? So that's the difference. It's like, it's not an image that we necessarily want to put in our mind. And I think that's also on the fact that I don't think there's a lot of old people porn. So it's more a fact of what we've been seeing. And of course, tighter and younger and firm and, you know, is the nice look. But like, really and truly, whatever older people do in their bedroom is their private space. So even if it look a little wrinkled or saggy or gray, it don't matter. From them I feel a nice feeling there and them say, oh yes, right there. They can enjoy it. That's what I feel. I don't like when I see people bashing. I don't like when I see people bashing older people for having
Don't
feelings.
you think that their bashing is also coming from the same view that you would basically have, that you wouldn't necessarily want to see it expressed? Like, it's just that you choose to not say nothing, but them choose to say something. Do you think
I wouldn't
it's like
say,
that?
I don't think anyone has the right to say.
No, definitely not.
You see me?
But-
But I don't know. Maybe it's the enoughness. Because I think in our last video, we were talking about people being a certain type of mature. I guess I'm that kind of mature where me just, and maybe it's not even mature too, because there's other people that mature and them just enough and feel like them need to have a say and have a whatever. Like, I think if you're doing your thing, you're doing your thing. If it's a video I see what I don't like, me just scroll past it, you see me? I not go into the comment.
Yeah, but you have like
don't wanna see this!
like you have majority, because it even happens to me on YouTube sometimes where
With
they're
what?
like, then we drop a comment, oh, me not want to see this. Well, then click off the video. Like, bye. Like, me not force you to do
What
that.
the
I didn't
hell?
like hold your
think-
head and stare at the screen.
I think that's actually one of the weirdest things.
But
like,
it does
to find the
exist.
time to type and say, me no
Something
want
bad,
this. Sir.
But because I feel like in today's society too, it's just a problem that everybody feels like their opinion,
is important.
yeah, and it matters and it needs to be expressed and people need to know what I think, and no. But that is the society that we have going on right now with social media, because literally everybody it's literally remember I said they can't hide behind the screen, you know, and
Yeah.
that's the problem
And
too.
fake accounts.
Yeah, fake accounts hide behind the screen.
You know,
So
when I was
they just have the
new,
freedom to just
say anything. I used to be a commenter on Instagram. I used to comment on things. It wasn't anything negative, but like if I saw a negative comment, I'd probably comment on the negative comment and be like, yo, this never necessary. I could have just scrolled past. Like
Yeah.
those would be my comments, like way better than this money page for.
Yeah.
Those are my comments. And then sometimes I'd be in little, you know, well, why are you coming and saying something? And I'm like, well, you come and then when I got older, I was just like, sometimes I type something, I'm just going to delete, move along, because that's not important. So
It's
yeah.
a waste of time, really and truly, but people just feel entitled and think, oh, you know, their opinion is gospel, basically. So if I have this to say, I'm just going to express it. But that's what I'm saying. So while you are also kind of not thinking it as harshly as they are, but you kind of say, well, and I like some really want to think about it or more want to see it.
Yeah.
It's just that they are expressing it, though.
What do you think about old people bumping and grinding?
I mean, them be not do it or me if tell them say, hey, stop. Or not do it before my born. So like that's how I got here.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell nobody if it stop. And I don't think like I've never looked at, but the thing is too, I think that sometimes it's gotten a bit better here in Jamaica, but I think sometimes in general, like open affection was kind of looked upon as
PDA.
yeah. So even with younger couples.
Yeah.
So if you see with an older couple, it's like double whammy. Like them already thinks that openly affectionate people are already weird, and then if
That
they
is
see it
true.
with older people, they're like, ugh. Like
Yeah, I
what-
do remember once. Now that you said that, I remember when I was in primary school and I had a best friend. I think we were in grade 3, and she would walk down from her house because her house was like above mine. So she'd walk down from hers, meet me, and then my mom would walk us to like a middle point, like close to where she knows that I just want straight road for walk at school. So my friend came down. She was at the house. We were chilling a little bit before it was time to go. And then my mom was going to head out with us. And my mom and dad kissed. It wasn't a French kiss. It was just a chops. And my friend was like, ew, your parents kiss? And I was kind of like, so they're my parents. What else are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to be
Right.
kissing and hugging and, you know? But that was because, like, obviously in her household, that's not something that is, you know,
Prominent,
is seen.
yeah.
And truthfully, I don't think there's a lot of affectionate, like publicly affectionate, should I say Jamaican or Caribbean parents? I don't think so at all. Because my mind chip out. You don't know. I remember the
So
time.
maybe because there's not that much public affection seen normally in the Caribbean and stuff, maybe that also adds to the fact of when they do see something
They're
in
grossed out.
elderly couples, they're like extremely grossed out more than if it was a younger couple.
I remember what I was going to say now.
Okay.
I remember one of my exes. I was around his parents. And I just noted that I had never, in the time, let's say I was there, this was when I was there for probably like a week. And I can say in the week that I was there, I never see them and brush on each other. I never see her put her hand around him. I never see him put him hand around, no chops, no nothing. Like, I never saw them
No
touch
physical
together.
touch.
All you know, say them going and see him bedroom. All in my mind, me I say, yo, I wonder if he sleep on the ground and she sleep on the bed, cause them don't look like them touch. And them have, 4 picnic, and it's kind of like, yo, you guys not versed in affection? So I feel like that's the start of it. It's the core of, we don't see no little touching. So then now when we see a video online and all the man I say, yes, I want to get some dick. They're like, ew, grandma, sit down. So it would then be the exposure that you're speaking about. Because trust me, like cause me know some of my parents kissy, huggy, and then when we go to stand, me not see them at touch, I was just like,
Something is missing here.
that's
Like,
weird.
are you guys aliens?
I should have known though. I should have known. But yeah, that's a take of it. But I do think we can get also advice, guidance from the older people in what to do.
So do you think like the advice that we would be able to get from them is like the real like? Would you think that they paid more attention to like the simpler stuff to make?
And the body.
Yeah.
I think in order to get really good advice, you'd have to speak to an OG freak. Not just an ordinary old lady who was just laying on her back. You have to talk to a freaky old woman.
But
to learn
are the
something.
older women going to express themselves?
Of course, I think so.
Say, no, for you find out, say, oh, you know, say, yeah, you are a freak back in the day, or you're still a freak.
Of course, because sometimes you see some video.
Question them.
Sometimes when you see some video on social media, and I say, yeah, man, I saw me I go stay as an old man. Because the old man, them have the same vibes. Like, we're probably not used to it in Jamaica. Well, that's a lie. We're not used to seeing it like in our face. More people are more conservative Christians, and so, you know, they're subtle and they don't really say certain things. So really social media is where we see the brawling and things. And then I think with Jamaica it's two extremes. Always an extreme. It's either very conservative or extremely loud and out hard and skin out and I feel like there's middle ground, and it's just to find the middle ground people to interact with, so it won't seem too crass. You know, it's not, yeah, man, you have to skin out, panty, oh, that. No, I don't want to hear that. And I also don't want to hear, save yourself for marriage. No, we want some middle ground and say, hey, if you love a guy and that is what. And I feel like I'm going to be a middle ground old lady. Like, if I'm blessed to reach old lady age, middle ground, express myself to the youth and say, yo, you need to eat some pussy, man. No, swear to God, that me I got advocate. Because the Jamaican man, him a ramp. For true. You don't think so?
Wait. Alright, wait. So do you think, let me ask you this then. So since, you know, eating pum pum is such a big thing now, you feel like the older generation eat only pum pum?
I'm going to say yes.
You think it's like on the same level as now or more?
I think it's more now. I definitely think it's more now. But I don't think it was ever not there.
No, it was definitely there. They're from Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve. Yes, yes.
But you think it was a little bit less, but still very prominent.
And maybe if it's not a little bit less, it's the fact that it's not so widely spoken about. But them do it. You see me? And even if they never do it back in them days, when they come up in them time, they say, Peter, let me try something new when you see on TV. And you know, and him
but
say,
don't you,
Suzette, I want to show you something massive on the internet. Yeah.
But don't you think they were like, cause sometime it would seem like the older generation was more stricter though. You don't think so?
Strict in what sense? It's all an illusion. That is
It's all an illusion.
That is what I think, you know. The strict what we think so they're strict, they're only strict because we are putting the animal raise way.
But behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors! Mighty God, with strictness.
They're loose.
They're loose as hell. Like the strictness, it is literally
gone.
And me as a parent, I'm gonna say that I fully believe that it was just for parenting purposes. For parenting purposes, I'm going to say, don't do that. That is very bad. And then when me turn me back, me say, what about book like this? Like, you know, it's a flip side. You literally have to be a certain type of person, have a certain aura when you're a parent, you know. But trust me, behind closed doors, I want to pin them goddamn bed. Where you think your parents are doing? Sit down and read book.
So you know things say. So the bun out of pum pum eating, where come from?
Oh my God, I don't know, but that person was such a fucking idiot. 'Cause like, what? Honestly, like, why would you even
where
do
come
that?
from? Cause I don't know. It's starting up. It's been a long time.
It's not. Let me not talk. Let me not talk out of my mouth. Yeah, because some people are just. It's just something to say. Because the truth is, the gangsters of men, they're munching on cookie.
I feel like it's something just to say no, but back then, you know, I feel like said some like, you know, I feel like said back then the older man them, like, them if some of them say, yeah, you know, say man and me cookie, they actually mean it. Cause nowadays if a man tell us they don't eat cookie, no, you not believe them, you know.
A couple, I'm not gonna say a couple. I'm gonna say certain interactions that I've had in my life. I've realized that a pretty privilege is being able to convince a man to eat some pussy. Because me not do them something. Well, if you don't do those things, darling, you can't talk to me.
And then all of a sudden they're like,
Well, we could have tried still, you know, like if you're clean, if you're a clean, of course I'm a clean girl. I'm a clean damn girl. Like, what do you think? Yeah, so I mean, convincing and also to see some rough man like go on like say, and then you know them send you a message or them say something and say, yo, would I love to eat? You're like, hold up,
right?
you don't look like the type. But yeah, that's sorry for going off topic. But yeah, I think older people do indulge.
So they never because not
Some people don't,
generation
you know.
you don't come from.
Some people don't, and
they bunny out so much.
I'm not gonna lie that it's a good amount that don't, because even the other day I was reasoning with a group of women and they were like what in their late 30s to 40s, and these were two or three different women that were in their early 40s, and they were expressing, one was saying, oh, she does it to her man but her man doesn't do it to her, right? And then another one was saying, oh, my man does it to me but I don't do it to him. And then another one was just like, oh, me not do it to him and him not do it to me.
Yeah.
So there's variations. There's always going to be differences. But me just said that to say, like, there's gonna be something you can file through to say, yeah, the two of them I do it together, I just the man I do it here, so I just the woman I do it here, so. You see me? And you can't, sometimes those people that are in the relationship where them get it, you can't convince them to do it. Like the man when don't eat pum pum, you can't tell him, say, yo, try it no. Or the woman that doesn't do it but her man give it to her, she can say, Cha, me not think him want that. Like, give it a try and a lady, like the man that do something to you, you can't reciprocate. The word I love is reciprocity.
Mm-hmm.
You see me, I mean, always influence people, say, yo, if you get it, just give it, not even try. And then if they say, babes, me actually really don't like this, it doesn't do anything for me, fine. But I think it's so selfish to be in a sexual relationship with somebody and they're doing something for you and they've probably even expressed to you that, hey, this is something that I like, and you haven't taken the time out to be like, yo, let me at least try. Because the truth is, if you're not gonna try for that person, then why are you there with the person, leave the friggin' person alone? Like, eat some pum pum, like, come on, man. And then there's the another type that will not eat pussy for 12 years, but then when they realize that the relationship is coming to an end, all of a sudden, oh, I want to try something new. No, but
start eating to see a
Like-
relationship.
don't be eating no pum pum to try save no relationship. Don't do that. Come on
Oh
now.
my god, what guys, pum pum eating argument is a whole video by itself. 'Cause
True. Sorry.
there's so much
We
to
were
say.
speaking about older people.
And
eating.
I've learned something, and we really need, for that video, we need a guest. We need a female guest on the channel. A Jamaican female guest.
Older woman?
Remember what I was telling you? About them saying they would not respect their personal
Oh,
man
yeah.
giving it. Yeah, so that is a whole nother video segment
We
that
can
we're
try
going
for
to
do
do.
for next week, probably.
Yeah, well, we need somebody because me and her not have that mindset there, so me and her can't talk about it because I've learned about it from different people, and I'm like, I saw people out in the road, I think, like, that not make no sense.
People
so
out in the road are wild. I never know that.
I'm
The streets are grimy.
I'm realizing, but so that is definitely something we are going to try and get a different perspective of. But you keep on saying we could learn something from
From
them.
the older people.
What can we learn though?
Techniques. I think men especially can learn techniques. I don't think there's much for a woman to learn from a woman. We can watch videos and see stuff, but I feel like especially with men and how complex a woman's genitalia is, with there being a G-spot, and then there's a clitoris, and then there's women that are clitoral comers opposed to a vaginal comer. And just techniques, how to use your hand or how to use your tongue, whatever it is, are basically how to have sex, because some men are ramming when they should be whining.
But you think them know about that back then? Cause like all of that of clitoral stimulation compared to the ones that have.
As I said, I feel like
Did
the OG,
they know about that?
I feel
back
like
then?
the OG freaks know.
The OG freaks
Like-
know. Then they just know before like.
I just feel like they've experimented and they've done things because, like, for example, this is how I think of older people in a sense. You see, like, how we see the damn pyramids and we don't know how the fuck they make them.
yeah.
And we think that we more advanced and we could have find out and be like, yeah, we can do this again. We can make two pyramids and we can't make two pyramids. As some feel like say the older people them know something where we think that we can know and we can't cross it. We don't know it. That is what I think. So even though we feel like we're in more technological times,
And
I
we have
feel like the depth of the mind was, you know, at a more intelligent level back in the day.
So
than
you
we
feel
do.
like the woman them back in the day did that come more than the woman them nowadays? They were having more orgasms back then?
No. The orgasm. That's why I kept on talking about the men. I feel like, well, I can't speak on what I don't know, but I have experienced a lot of women who have never had an orgasm before. And
Older women?
older women. You see me, they're just going through their relationship because, yeah, me and Peter, they're from
So what
here.
the man then can learn then though?
What the men can learn.
Yeah, from the older men. If
Um,
so many women were not
As I said,
having
I think it's
orgasms.
just the freaky men. If it's a super freaky man, freaky man, I feel like they're versed in certain things and they care about a woman's pleasure. The difference with the two different type of men that I think were back in the day and the ones that are here, there's men that are just fucking for fucking sake, and then there's the man that is a pleaser. You see me? So him don't necessarily business with him don't come or whatever. He enjoys arousal from pleasing a woman. And that is who I'm titling as an OG freak per se. Wouldn't necessarily be a freak, but somebody who cares about woman's stimulation and arousal and all of those things. Like I feel like a pleaser, let me not say OG freak, an OG pleaser who does things to a woman because him like how her face look, him like how she sound, him like how her body move. Them man, them feel like you can learn from, because even though certain things were written down in books, them experiment with them hands and them tongue and them lip and them say, yo, I know that this makes this girl squirt. You know? So that's what I think. Like a pleaser. That's what I meant to say. Not a freak, a pleaser, an OG pleaser.
It's like it's so hard to try to think of, because yeah, nowadays we've created so many terms for certain things, and like there's more information out there, so we know more about certain stuff. So I say, even when you just say squirting a while ago, I'm like
If you think grannies used to squirt,
yeah,
back then,
like
of course, and they never know why they're frightened. They're frightened of fuck. Boy.
like it's so weird to think about though, because that is like my part of where it's just like where I'm just struggling, like what is it that I would learn from them, because I feel like nowadays people experiment so friggin' much, like them literally do trial and error. Not females, I would say.
Yeah.
I don't know about man them, but females will like try a lot of stuff and figure out themselves and stuff.
Yeah.
While I feel like some of the older generation, them just know say that them a get and them just live with it. Like
That is true.
You
They
know?
accept.
yeah,
minimum.
they were more acceptable to just cause me not think like the knowledge was not there to know you know?
Do this and you squirt.
Yeah.
Do that and you
Yeah.
come.
Touch that part and it will do something for you or stuff like that.
That is true.
So that's what I'm saying. What
Maybe
am I-
we're going to be the nice OGs.
Yeah, I
that
feel like the
can-
millennials, once them get older,
Yeah.
they would be like the right people to be like, because they were very well. Mommy's age, the hippie age, them,
I think so.
yeah.
Be sure you can learn something from
Mommy,
your mother.
Jesus.
Head top.
I didn't say that, but it's now that I think of it, like mommy's generation for sure, like the whole hippie days and all of those people that were just living that hippie lifestyle of just
And
doing
getting
like
high and
doing
freaky
drugs
stuff.
and doing freak, yeah, like you know, out in the open and stuff
Mushrooms.
like that generation for sure
Can teach you something.
Yeah,
Mm.
But me did not think like older than that. So that's why it's like,
I get
but
you.
mommy's generation for sure.
Yeah.
Like 60, 67, between 60, 70.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like them have stories to tell.
So young people, when they don't see the big people them in a them business, wanna leave them alone. Wanna stop typing at them comment and say, "Don't do that. You're old. You're past 30. You're past 40." I think it's.
Do you think it's okay? Like, would you feel comfortable though? Because now that I'm speaking about mommy, I remember like an evening where we were at the restaurant, like me, my sister, and your sister. We were just sitting there and drinking and stuff, and then I don't know, some form of topic did come up, or I think we were playing Never Have I Ever or something like that, and mommy was like sitting right behind us.
Aha.
So like,
This is getting spicy. Let me sit up.
it was getting like, of course, Never Have I Ever is always some form of sexual stuff.
Yeah.
So then mommy is not playing, but she's sitting in the background listening. So then something
You're
came
never
up.
afraid to play that game the rest of the
No, because, you know, our relationship with mommy, we can just be open with her and talk to her about anything. So that's why I know that generation went through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But then it was like something really, really spicy came up, and then mommy was like, "What was that? What did you guys say?" Cause she never catch it fully. So then we turn around and tell her. No, I think we didn't want to tell her. And then mommy's like, "Why? Oh, you can't tell me not women never know of before. I never do before. Like, why would you guys act like, oh, I'm such, like, you're not allowed to say it to me?" So that reminds me of, would you feel comfortable though to like, cause the older person that you would talk to, would it be a
Definitely not fucking family, man.
Yeah, move on to the family. Okay, that is what I'm asking. Who would you be
Definitely.
comfortable with talking?
I have a bad habit of liking to express myself and my problems to older people. So let's say I was at an event and I just happened to go out on a balcony and then an older person was passing. I would just chat to that person and ask that somebody, because me say, yo, that's somebody, oh, they must know something. So I do have a tendency, that's something I actually enjoy doing. I enjoy catching an older person by themselves at an event where I'm like, oh, hey, so this situation happened. What do you think about this? Or I actually like doing that. That's something that I enjoy doing.
Okay, so you would rather somebody
I rather somebody
random.
that I don't know. I not go to my mother, I not go to my father, I not go to my uncle, I not go to my granduncle, none of them people. When I could have known a little bit more. I not coming to know. Yeah, because the next thing about family, then can chat. And so it I go reach Uncle Samuel, I go tell Marcy. No, it's cool. You see me tell a stranger, what's me not say, hey, my name is so and so. We just start chat and then just start interact. All I want of them little knowledge, because I know, so them have knowledge in that. All I want to know. Then I say, okay, thanks, bye.
And then they're like, you know, I just met this Rasta girl, and she told me, and they're like, which Rasta girl? You didn't see the one in like the black dress with the long dreads, and she told me this very, very extreme story. Like,
trust me. They're going to be like, I don't know where I wonder if I'll ever meet that girl. Never. You'll never see me again, sir, ma'am.
So you would recommend for the people that would be interested in learning from the older generation to definitely not be like, well, I guess
I mean,
in
the
general,
relationship
most
varies because I
people-
feel like
yeah.
you would talk to your mom about certain things. You see me? I think your mom comes from a little pool of people who are older, but they're like a little cool in the sense that, you know, as you were mentioning, hippie,
Yeah.
you'd more have the tendency to be like, yo, it is whatever. Life is life. Let me talk to you. But like most of these people who are actually in Jamaica per se, who do I gonna talk to?
Well, I think that comes in general anyways, because not a lot of parents are willing to talk to their kids about any form of
Oh
sexual
my
stuff
God.
anyways.
That is true.
And that's a whole nother
That is a whole other
story,
thing. But
yeah.
I can say I'm fully breaking out of that habit with my son. Like, I feel like with my son, I'll say small things. I'll express certain things to him. I tell him about private parts, tell him what they're for, and tell him, say, yeah, you don't touch them, and nobody not touch for your one. Yeah, when you get older, different things will go on. But for now, at your age, you know, so you don't touch them. But when you get older, them they are the time them when you start use them. You don't use them now. So I at least want my child to have some knowledge, because the truth is, there's some people who just never know, say, oh, like I've heard of situations with young girls that have sex and never know said that like a sticky something there can get them pregnant. Like, why would I make my girl child not be aware of that sticky something there? Because that sticky something there is some dangerous something. Lethal in a man. So to have a child that doesn't know simple things about their body and like the body of the opposite, which they're going to have to know because they're gonna grow up and see it and know it. Why me as the mother, why me as the nurturer would want to express and teach my child so when them go out in the street them know for do. Anyway, that's how I feel like that's how enough little boy turn in a like monsters and like rapists, because the truth is they don't know limits. Their mother never say, hey, don't do this, don't do that. That's not good, this is not good. I feel like that is that. But that's a different topic though. But I just feel like older people were not in the position they didn't feel comfortable speaking to. And the fact that, now that you mention it, the fact that the older people weren't comfortable speaking to younger people about certain things, now so the younger people grew up now, and then we are exposed to certain things, they're like, oh no, I never used to talk about them something.
Yeah, something, so that's what I'm
don't
saying.
do that now. Like, don't do that because, you know? But if you put it in small doses in a respectable fashion, then when you get older and you see an older person doing something, not gonna bother you that much. So it's just, what would you call it? Nurturing? The type of nurturing that you get.
So you're saying, but is it okay for the older people to just express themselves any way they see fit? Like if they want to be vulgar with it, then can be vulgar with it, or they should, like, knowing that they're older, they should just do it in a respectable way, or
I
not
think the
that.
respectable way is best, and that goes in with know your peers. You know, your peers are your peers, and if somebody's not your peer, then you interact with them in a different way, and that's how there's the layers of respect. You see me? I'm this age now, me and Melody, me and you going to be talking a certain way, but then even if it's a topic that I would like to share with my son, I would say it in a different way. I'd say it in his peer group age, because I'm his mom and I'm speaking to him. So even if I'm going to say something about pussy, I wouldn't use pussy to my son. I'd say vagina. You know, girls, you know, see their period, they so and so and so and da 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 da. But then if me I talk to Melody, she's my peer, me can say, yo, pussy, boom boom, them something there. So it is just to know the levels. But I feel like what does not happen at all, or what wasn't happening any at all, is older people feeling like they can express anything having to do with a vagina or a pum pum to the younger generation. They're like, oh, you can't see it, don't talk about it, don't say it.
Doesn't exist.
You know?
Like, huh?
So
Vagina
I feel like yeah, vagina who for true. And I feel like that's the problem, and probably that's the core of the reason. So now we basically find the reason through discussion. We found out the reason why
it's so
younger
gross.
people don't want you.
Yeah.
Because when you not grow up, on never open to it, and never educated, on eyes never open to it. So when I see it now, and it's like, what the hell? Yeah. As I said, you just need to do it in the age group range.
But on social media, there is no age group range.
True.
So what do you do?
What do you do?
If you want to express yourself the way you want to express yourself, like how you naturally
That's why I think
are,
younger
not
people shouldn't be on social
dumb it down.
media.
Younger people should not be on social media?
No, and it should be tempered, like age-friendly stuff. Like even my son, I don't want him to watch regular YouTube. I want him to watch kids' YouTube. And sometimes he will go to regular YouTube and see certain things that are not for his age group. But the truth is, when social media gives it to him in a certain way, I then have a job of explaining it in a more palatable way for his age group, because something when I show up on social media, they're not like, oh my god, I think maybe a 7-year-old boy might see my videos.
Yeah,
so,
that's,
you know. So I feel like as a parent, it is on us not only to act like, oh, social media cause things, just like how people often say, oh, the artist make my son I do this and whatever. You as a parent, you're the nurturer, you know, so you need to instill certain things, and if something is translated to them in a particular way and you don't like how that message was received, you're like, oh, that is not how I want my child to see this. You flip it and you mold it in a way that you want them to see it, and say, hey, see it here, the same thing but in a different way.
Yeah, or just educate them on it and not just leave them to, oh no look on that, like them already see it, and I like say you can take it out of their brain, like,
Yeah.
So just educate them on it and say, all right, I know you just saw this, so let me make you
Explain.
understand what is
Yeah.
happening,
Yeah.
basically.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I don't think older people did that. That's why younger people are so grossed out when they see them saying, "Oh, I'm so horny. I could do with some dick."
Oh my days, I don't want to think about it.
But that's true though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, sometimes, even though I'm so open with mommy, sometimes when mommy will say something, it will still be like, all right, mommy, yeah. Whenever I did need to know that.
Back
Like,
up. Slow your roll.
Yeah.
I didn't need to
okay.
know that, ma'am.
Thank you for the unwanted information. But
Yeah, but then there's a border then between like private stuff and stuff that you can share, stuff that you share with your peers, and stuff that you just don't share.
Yeah,
with
and
people
I think
that are
I
outside.
think it just grossed me out in that regard because it's mommy. But if it was just
Another woman.
yeah, it would just be
You'd
like,
probably even laugh and say,
interesting.
"Yeah, girl, you get it. You do your thing."
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it depends on who is translating that information for
Yeah,
sure.
for example, when I did get pregnant, I know some of my parents they got see my belly. I never feel good. Come, I said, Jesus Christ.
Then no,
no,
so I'm like
Yeah.
they never been nowhere already.
Yes, but yeah, I get that feeling. I get what you're saying because that's real and true.
Yeah, that's so funny. Cause even like to this day, we'd be like, you know, when if your brother would answer you, sometimes I said, no, you're not doing anything. But when they finally see the belly now, they're like,
Well, me not a brother, so. But yeah, you.
yeah,
Your time will come. Your time will come, yeah? I don't do that.
Because my brothers actually do that sometimes. Like
Yeah.
when certain topics come up and me if I say something, then I'm like,
So to this day, I tell them say not do none?
no, me
Oh.
no, me not say me. Them I do it off of their own.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
them no one knows say me I do something.
Okay.
In that sense.
But then when they see the belly now, they gonna say,
yeah, they are gonna be like, all right,
you nasty little girl.
can't deny it anymore.
Yeah.
So as far as them know, I might probably still be
Be
a virgin. Mhm.
Amen, Sister Mary.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but guys, let us know. Do you think it's gross to hear from, you know, the older generation about anything sexual? Like, should they be able to just speak about it just like how we are speaking about it? Because remember, I said nowadays everybody might run loose, you know.
Mhm.
So, feel we might run loose too, because we up on the internet, you just chat off our mouth. Just a chat off our mouth and stuff. So everybody mouth is, you know,
Freedom of speech.
free to just run, right?
Yep.
So are the older people also allowed to just, yeah, you know, say, but the cougars,
Cool girl.
I don't even want to touch on that. 'Cause
Different topic that.
Yeah, because them they're dangerous for a different level, you know.
Can't touch a young girl, you know.
Because
Young
for them
girls?
mind young, you know.
Young girls, hold on for another man.
They have the experience and everything, but their mind and their mindset and everything is so young.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And
them
they have crazy sex appeal.
yeah,
And that's something learned through confidence, living life, and you know.
yeah, and having all that
Oh.
experience and knowing, say, yeah.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comment section down below. Wait, let me see, I want you guys to answer a few questions. So, 1, is it gross to hear about it from them? 2, would you ask them for advice? And 3, if you are asking for advice, who would you turn to? Would it be somebody in your family, or it would definitely have to be like a complete stranger? So answer those 3 questions down below for me, and let's have a little conversation. And yeah, that shall be it for our video today.
Yes.
We did
Thank
a
you
lot
so
of
much.
chatting
Yes,
today.
we did. Thank you so much for tuning in. If
Yes.
you reach this point, we really appreciate it. Let us know what you think, and look out for our next video next week, Friday.
Yes, and drop some topics down below as well. Guys, remember, Una Cancer said we're willing to talk about anything. Really, well, not anything, but say 99.98% of the things. There are like just a few small topics that we're not going to touch.
Yes.
But everything else should be fine. So drop topics down below that you would really want to hear us talk about. And we will see in future videos if we can get those completed. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you in our next video. Bye.